guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a Pacman supply haul. So as you guys may know, I recently got my Pacman frog that I have wanted for months and months. She is such a sweetheart. She has showed no signs of aggression thus far, so I'm really happy about that. And she does really well when I have to pick her up and move her and things. So I'm really enjoying having her so far. Okay, so jumping into the haul, the first thing I want to show you is this little vine. Everyone has seen this vine. I feel like everyone has it. It's just an inexpensive little jungle plant that you can put in there just to give your frog some hiding spaces. So that's pretty much why I bought it. It was really inexpensive. I think it was only $2 or $3. It is by Exoterra, and I have one of these in my hermit crab tank, and they really enjoy it. So I did just pick up another one for my frog. The next thing that I got for my frog is a Zoom Ed heat pad. Now, some people like to use ceramic heat emitters hanging above their tank to keep their frogs warm. However, those can be kind of drying to the substrate because frogs do need a more moist substrate. That isn't something that I really want to worry about, and as long as you put the heat mat on the back or the side of your tank and not on the bottom, you shouldn't have any problems with it burning your frog, and it should keep the frog warm enough in one end of the tank. I'm going to be keeping my frog in a 10-gallon aquarium, so I'm going to be putting this on the side of the tank at one end, and it should keep him warm. Obviously, I am going to have to keep an eye on the temperatures, as you should with any type of heat emitter or anything that you have warming your reptile enclosure or amphibian enclosure. But in order to keep them warm and to keep their appetite going, I did want to get a heat pad. The next thing that I got is another bag of Eco Earth. I swear I go through so many bags of this substrate. It is just such a good all-around substrate. But I love Eco Earth. It holds moisture so well. It allows them to dig and bury so well. It holds moisture. It's very low risk of impaction because the granules are so tiny. Obviously, if you have a very small baby or juvenile Pacman frog, that's something that you have to worry about with them is impaction, especially if they're eating off of whatever substrate's in their tank. Obviously, I would never use anything like moss or things like that. Some people do. I personally don't want to risk impaction. Pacman frogs are extremely at risk of impaction because they do dive and they're kind of non-discriminatory on what they're biting. So if you have a worm or a cricket or something laying on the substrate, if it's moss or something, there is a very real chance of them just diving in and taking a bite, and they'll swallow it and then they could become impacted. So that's definitely something to remember. I love this stuff, and this is going to be my substrate of choice for my Pacman frog. The next thing that I did get for my frog was a corner rock water dish. I'll insert a picture of it. This water dish is the size medium, and it was about $10 I think, but it is perfect for my frog. She's only about 5 months old, so it is perfectly big enough for her to sit in, and she still has plenty of room to grow and expand, and she'll still be able to use it in the future. Definitely, if you have a Pacman frog, make sure that you're keeping some sort of a water dish in there in case their substrate was to dry out and they're not going to be getting any moisture. It's important to have a dish that they can just get in and soak and stay hydrated. Another thing that I got, which I didn't have to pay for, the manager at Pet Supply Plus was so nice to give me a handful of these gloves. These are BPA latex and powder-free gloves that are basically safe for handling a Pacman frog. You guys probably saw this in my Meet My Pacman Frog video. But basically, when you're handling a Pacman frog, you want to be careful because they do absorb things through their skin, and your hand does have oils and things and could have makeup or lotion or anything on it. So you want to be careful with handling them, and this just makes it easier and safer for them. Please bear in mind these are BPA, latex, and powder free, so they are safe for amphibians and reptiles. So a few other things that I went on and picked up today at Pet Supply Plus. I decided I need to go back and get a couple more items, so I went on and got another heat pad so that I can have two sides of my tank heated, just to make sure that the frog is getting enough heat. I did pick up a bottle of Reptivite as well to put on the crickets before I toss them in there, and I also got a digital thermometer. Digital thermometers are pretty accurate as opposed to like the little dial ones, so I went on and picked up one of those as well. Okay, so I also got this Inkbird probe for my Pacman frog. If you guys are worried about regulating the temperature in your Pacman frog tank, I highly recommend you get one of these. Pickles12807 aka Tara suggested this to me, and I ordered it right away, and I'm so glad that I did. So inside the box you'll see this is basically the temperature controller and what it looks like, and you have your high and your low temperature settings on here, and you can basically plug your heat mats or your lights or whatever you want into this, and you can regulate the temperatures that way. It does not work with a mercury vapor bulb, I do not believe. However, I'm going to be plugging both of my Pacman frogs 2 heating mats into this, and that's going to regulate the temperature perfectly. So it is the Inkbird. I did get this off of Amazon, and I will leave a link for this in the description below, and this is pretty much what it looks like. And the last thing that I got actually did not come from Pet Supply Plus, but I wanted to include it. I actually had to order this online off of Amazon, but this is a 2-ounce bag of Pangea. I did get this for Bodhi, my crested gecko. gecko, but I'm just including it in this video anyway. Bodie loves Pangea, and he was running out of the one that has the bugs in there, so I'm just gonna mix the two bags together and feed these to him. But yeah, I just wanted to include that in the video. Okay guys, that is it for this Pacman Pet Supply Plus haul. Try and say that 10 times fast. That is everything that I bought for my Pacman frog. I already have a tank, so obviously I didn't have to include that in this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm really excited to show you guys more footage of my Pacman frog in the future. I will see you guys in my next video. Be kind. Bye.